Hello, YouTube. It is Friday, January the 10th. I have the day off of work today, which is nice. I am enjoying in my Peterson pub pipe, big old honkin' piece of briar here. So I'm big and burly. Which before the announcement came out from STG, if you had said pick between H.H. Bold Kentucky and Big and Burly and you can only have one, that would have been a very hard choice. Now I would pick Big and Burly, just because Bold Kentucky is not going to be available anymore. I really enjoyed this blend. It's fantastic. Enjoying it with a cup of coffee. How do I know it's good? Because I made it. Little homage to Smiling Bob? I think that's his YouTube handle. Anyways, this is a VR to North Georgia Piper, who wanted us to talk about a blend that we made. Now, I don't have a whole lot of experience trying to blend my own stuff. I've never bought a bunch of just blending tobaccos and tried to make my own custom blend or anything. But what I have done is combine blends that I liked but wasn't a huge fan of by themselves. I thought they needed more. And my most successful venture in that was pretty shortly after I discovered H.H. Bold Kentucky and how much I liked old dark-fired Kentucky tobacco. And I was buying a bunch of different ones that had it in it and things similar to that. Strong Burleys and strong dark-fired Kentuckys. But every blend I came across just felt like, when I compared it to Bold Kentucky, that it was missing something. Bold Kentucky just has this depth and meatiness and just depth is the best word I can think of to describe it to it, that other tobaccos I've tried do not have. Other than Cobblestone Kentucky Plug, which unfortunately is also going away. So, in my attempts to sort of recreate that, thank you, Greg, I blended together some of the stuff that I tried that I thought might work well together. And the most successful version of that was I made about a 2-ounce jar, one of the smaller ball mason jars. They're still tall with the wide mouth, but not the pint jar. I made about a pint jar's worth. I was not exact in my measurements. I was just dumping things in. The majority of it was Cornell and Deal's Dark-Fired Kentucky, which is a blending tobacco, I believe. But it was one that I tried because it said Dark-Fired Kentucky on it. again, did not feel like it had the substance to it that Bold Kentucky did. So I added, I think it was about 3 flakes worth of Peterson's Irish Flake that I rubbed out, into a ready rub consistency to go along with the Dark Fired Kentucky. I added probably 2 bowls worth of Ken Byron Ventures Early Morning Pipe for a little bit of sweetness. I added a little bit of Gowith and Hogarth's, at least I think it's Gowith and Hogarth's, Dark Bird's Eye. Probably about 2 or 3 bowls worth. And then I added hold on, I don't have the list in front of me, so I have to remember what the last thing that was in it was. Peterson's Irish Flake, Dark Fired Kentucky, Early Morning Haunted Bookshop, to give some more of that burly depth to go along with the Irish Flake, because I didn't have, if I had had enough Irish Flake, I would have just done the Irish Flake, but I wanted a little more of the burly depth. So basically I did what I had left of Irish Flake, what I had left of that pouch of Burly Morning Pipe, and then I added what I had left of the Dark Fired Kentucky, which was a decent little bit. That's why it became the majority player in the blend. And then I filled the rest of the pint can with Dark Bird's Eye. And I smoked through that whole blend. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I was not very exact in measurements. And I quit kind of buying the individual components for it because I just started getting Bold Kentucky at that point. And of course now, I don't know what will be available. But after the dust settles, if all of those components are still available, I will probably buy some more and mix it up again, because it came decently close to being as substantial as Bold Kentucky. So I did enjoy that. But yeah, so that's my mix, the one that I've come up with that I enjoyed. Later on down the road, I tried a different mix and it did not work out nearly as well. But that one was good. That was a good blend. So yeah, that's it. North Georgia Piper, I love the idea. It's really cool to see, the creativity of people and what they can come up with. And I imagine that with the news from STG, this will probably that was redundant. This will probably become a more common practice as people try and find ways to recreate their favorite blends from McBaron and Sutliff. That was the second part of this video. I wanted to touch a little bit. I'm not going to say anything about the STG announcement that somebody else hasn't already said. It sucks. Just It definitely sucks. I had set down the pipes before McClellan went out, so I wasn't directly affected by that at the time. But when I started smoking my pipe again, then one of the first things I looked for was McClellan's Frog Morton Cellar. And that's when I found out. And that was rough. That was unfortunate. Because I really liked Cellar. Now, I liked Cellar the first time I smoked. I don't know that I would like it this time, because I liked a lot of English blends the first time I smoked. Nightcap, Cellar, there were several. And now I am not a Latakia fan. Big and Burley has just the slightest condiment of Latakia, and it works fantastic. But if something's Latakia forward, I just don't tend to enjoy it very much. Thanks, Greg. So, the good news is we have a lot of tobaccos that are out there. We have a lot of choice still. The bad news is there's just not a dark-fired Kentucky replacement yet that I have found that can come close to Bold Kentucky or Old Dark-Fired. And that's a shame. So, I would encourage you to expand your horizons. Try some different stuff. But I would also encourage you to be kind. I watched Sonny the Piper's video about the announcement, and he made a really good point. He said that he has seen on Facebook and Reddit and Instagram lots of comments about, oh, just get over it, or there's still plenty of blends, so stop whining, or whatever. Just because your favorite blend wasn't affected doesn't mean that somebody else's favorite blend wasn't affected. And I get it. There are more important things in life to worry about. But people can, in fact, be upset about multiple things at the same time. I'm upset that I'm losing Bold Kentucky. I'm still, this time around, fairly new to the hobby. We're about to hit the 2-year mark in about March. And the first time when I was smoking pipes, I was much more of a cigar guy. Pipes were kind of an occasional thing along the way. This time, I'm 100% in on pipes. I find that I enjoy them so much more now. I don't know what flipped, but when I started back in around March, it was still the same, mainly cigars, the occasional pipe. And then I found the Burleys and the Dark Fireds, and that was it. It was over. I haven't had a full cigar in months at this point. And the economics of it just encourage me to continue that, because especially the fact that I like Big and Burley as much as I do, and I can get a pound of it for $45. However many dozens of smokes that equates to, versus, that would be, if you get a good deal on the cigars that I liked, that'd be about 10 cigars. So yeah, it's nice. But anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. So yeah, that's my VR to North Georgia Piper and my couple of comments on the STG announcement. Just be kind to each other, that's all. If you don't agree with people being upset over the announcement, then maybe just don't say anything. There's no reason to bash people because they're upset about it. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoy your Friday and your weekend. Whatever you got planned, I hope it goes well. let's make 2025 the best year yet. All right. Y'all have a great day.